running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency now.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good mojo going.
Quickly to the tight end. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
This is a tight end that not only is going to play with his hand in the ground, but he can line up in the slot as well and attack the defense vertically. He's too fast for linebackers to cover, and he's too big for DBs to cover. He's a real weapon in this offense.
Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
Back to throw, it's Levitt. Now improvising. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Rolls it in. And he'll be brought down.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
And this offense is clicking, everything's moving, and the guy carrying the football, I mean, he is carrying the rock. Like, this is a guy that's setting his tone for this game, creating some balance on this offense. This offense is going to be a handful.
Yeah, David, I'd love to sit here and say, well, the offensive coordinator is just one step ahead of his counterpart across the field. That's not it. Right now, his offensive line is establishing the line of scrimmage.
Intercepted, big play, stops the drive.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
Getting that push, a pickup of 4 out to the 26.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Wants to throw on third down. Got it in the middle, it's Pittman. And he'll go down, but he has enough for the first down.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
He gets it up to the 44-yard line. He'll be marked out of bounds right there as this offense continues to roll. The Seminoles can really attack on this second and short. Handoff from the gun. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
It's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the first down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
The Seminoles are moving quickly down the field. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's going to fire deep. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. 8th play of the drive, and to keep this one going, they'll need to convert a 3rd and 5. Dropping back, it's Castellanos. It's complete. Across the 25, he's got room. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
He stopped him behind the line of scrimmage. He ran through one guy, but not through the rest. The lost yardage leaves him with 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Starting to feel a little pressure. loosen that arm on 3rd and long. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He is going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Florida State.
And the Noles decide to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch, and the ball will bounce out of bounds.
And this is what's going to drive coaches crazy. It's mental errors, right? It doesn't take any talent or lack of talent to have that penalty. You just got to watch the ball, and when it's snapped, get after the quarterback.
And the Seminoles will line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The Sun Devils want to pick up the tempo.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't...
Breaks into the open. Ridden out of bounds at the 45. A big play for this offense. They'll need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits 0. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. They've got a first down here to open the period. To the air, it's Levin. Looking to scramble. Got him downfield. Finds a crease at the 20. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Sun Devils. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you had my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
He'll bring it out. It's Singleton. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Man, David, that last drive, an exercise in frustration, just couldn't pay it off with the score.
And I think this defense is riding the bend, but don't break philosophy. Don't give up explosive plays. This offense, Jesse, has to find a way to manufacture some big plays and some scoring opportunities.
Man, I don't know if they're going to win, David, if they have to keep driving 8, 10, 12 plays. You're right. You got to find chunk plays somewhere. So identify the guys that can score touchdowns and get them the ball.
Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. The offense set for a first down play. Leaves it with the running back. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. The Noles can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Caught over the middle. It's Robinson. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. Looking for a productive play on first down.
Nice catch there. I'll tell you, the Seminole passing attack has come a long way over the years. When I was playing against them back in the day, they were in the I formation every single play. Maybe...
It's a fumble! Defense grabs the football, and there he goes! Turning it on! He's at the 50. The 30. Past the 20. They bring him down, but not only do they get the turnover, he picked up a chunk of yardage, too.
How about this defense flipping the field turning a negative situation into a positive, causing the fumble, scooping that puppy up. You look at the blocking out in front of the guy, you can tell, chewing up yardage, puts it all the way back down the field, gets a ton of yards back, and now puts an offense in a position to succeed.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Using his feet to buy time. And the quarterback will be forced out of bounds short of the line of scrimmage. I think they'll give him a sack.
Yo, man, this offense was sitting in such good position. I like the play call. I like being aggressive, but if you don't have something open right away, throw that football into the ground. Don't take a sack and now back yourself up and make it harder.
Trying to get it done with the run here on 3rd and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Arizona State! Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Castellanos. The sweet feet buy a little time. And as he throws, can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And that's why you always want to be pursuing the football. QB's scrambling, he rolls out to the right, but don't quit if you're on defense. Get somebody after the QB. They got to him, they hit him, and forced the incompletion.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking to throw again. Pocket breaking down. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. The Seminoles are in the hurry-up.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's thrown.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. He's not afraid to go deep. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down. The 3rd down's coming up.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments.
There he goes. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Now from inside the red zone. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line? Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. To throw, it's Castellanos. Bringing the heat. Fires into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
And no sting for offenses, man. You've got an opportunity to get in the end zone, to get the touchdown. It's not easy. It's hard to get guys open. He comes open, and the quarterback, man, I bet he wishes he had that one back.
From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. Touchdown, Seminoles! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
He brought that thing out of the end zone with the idea of making a play, but he wasn't even able to get back to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Going right to work up top. Unloads to the wideout. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have a chance to be complete.
Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. To the air on first down. Pulls it in. It's Tyson.
And a really nice job on the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down. And the Sun Devils moving quickly to the line. Scanning the field, it's Levitt. Makes the catch, it's Tyson. Touchdown, Sun Devils! He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he makes the extra point. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the final 41 yards covered by that touchdown strike. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. First play of the drive wants to throw. Catch in the middle. It's Achuk. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And the Seminoles with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Buys a little time. Got his man. At the 45 on his way. Oh, he's got some space. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
And this defense is figuring out early in this football game, man. They've got to be dialed in because this passing attack, it's lethal because they get it to their speedsters. And
Deep shot for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Florida State.
That's exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Back to pass, it's Levitt. Looking for space to the left. Trying to escape and get it himself. He works his way up to the 33 and is pushed out of bounds.
And that's a missed opportunity by the defense because if this quarterback is going to decide to run the ball, you have got to make him pay. You at least have to hit him and put him on the ground. I know they didn't give up a big, long, explosive run, but you got to get shots on this guy when you can. That time, they let him get out of bounds. Looking downfield very late in the half.
Going to try to get it himself. Didn't find much running room there. Picks up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
It's so nice to be an offense on second down in short yardage situations. Why? I can take shots. If I want to, I can just act like I'm going to run to try to get the first down, take a deep shot down the field. I can run the football the whole...
Going to take a shot at this DB. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. The Sun Devils will kick it away to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Up near the 40-yard line, they'll mark it at the 39, a pickup of 15. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got his man to the left. Anytime a wide receiver makes a big play like that, images of Peter Warrick start flashing in Seminoles' heads.
And, man, just that time, that era with Bobby Bowden and those offenses, you just think about high-flying, every position, game breakers, and I think a swag, Reese. Just guys that I know I could throw to the outside that had swag, that could take it to the house, make big plays.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit, and I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted.
There he goes! And it'll be a pickup of 9. They're facing a 3rd and 1.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. How about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
To the air, it's Castellanos. Fires toward the end zone. And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says. Will wonders never cease if you're a defensive guy? They call PI on the offense this time. And now on 3rd down, they've sent the field goal unit out. Oh, he missed it. No good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys.
And, man, obviously, you need your kicker to come through. And you've got to execute that moment better. But, at the same time, it's 3rd down. So why are we kicking a field goal in the first place?
At the 40, there he goes. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. And the Sun Devils will hustle to the line. Wants to throw on 1st down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Brown.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. It gets an explosive play for this offense.
They pull him down at the 17 after a pickup of 3. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down and 2nd and 6. The give to the back. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. The Sun Devils come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to run for it. about that defense getting back there. He'll lose a couple.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, third quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, maybe.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The give from the gun. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Looking downfield, it's Castellanos. Moves away as he feels pressure. It's complete on the right side. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good game, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, no! They wanted it all, and that is exactly what they got.
Yeah, and that's simple, but it's not easy. It's a go route. Like, that receiver's streaking straight down the outside of the field, and my job as a quarterback is to put that ball up in the air, keep it away from the safety. He does just that. Receiver comes down with the catch. Nice pitch, nice catch, touchdown.
And he made the extra point without problem. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Moss. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19. And the Sun Devils want to move quickly.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go.
And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Caught in the backfield, it's White. The Seminoles in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Back to throw, it's Castellanos. They'll run the screen. Runs through the tackle. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. No question they wanted to get the ball to their playmakers, and both receivers have come up big through 3. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. Got it looking for a first. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Nestled just inside that right upright. Guys, we have a tie ball game here in the 4th. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone, it's Brown. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time. Breaks into the open. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Running game got it done on the last play. Now it's 1st down. Tight end in motion. See how the D reacts. They'll give it to him again. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
Throwing right. And it's intercepted. Oh!